Hello and welcome back to Simon Outdoors. What's that I hear you say? What's that madman got? No, this isn't a weapon. This is for the blast furnace. Originally I put the hairdryer up to the pipe on the blast furnace, but I found out it got too hot. So what I've done this time is take the hairdryer to an extra long piece of pipe, slide this one inside. I've noticed, because I've got it on the hot setting, the pipe is already getting quite hot without being near the fire. So I might get another piece of tape to press in the cold button on the hairdryer so it only blows cold air. So that'll reduce the chance of the hairdryer packing out. But let's get it all set up and we'll have a look. So, learning from my last mistakes, I will not pause the camera because it will stop, unfortunately, because I'm using my phone. So right, I'm just going to quick go and pop and get a piece of tape, then we'll get this thing lit. Back again, with the little stove that I've made out of a gas bottle. I'm going to see if I can phone a friend and see if he'll do some welding for me, but it's an old neighbour who has moved away. I'll just see if, turn up out at blue, he'll do some welding for me, but let's get this thing going. As this is meant for charcoal, because I built it for a blast furnace and to do a bit of forging, it's meant for small pieces, but we'll just start the hairdryer on now. And you see straight away the flames with the airlock. Turn it on to more power. We'll get the lid on, then we'll get it going. Now she's going. You can hear there's a lot of noise, you can see the fire going round. It's really blasting now. If we get up to temperature. There's a piece of wood there I can see on the edge, which is causing the lid not to be fully down. I'll move that, then I'll put the steel plate on the top. this is only another test of this. That plate's got a bit of wax on it, so that's going to burn off first. But you can see the fire inside. I haven't got a metal rod rope to get that off yet. I'll just grab some off the top of here. So the air dryer is connected to this pipe, which is forcing the hot air into the bottom. By having this on, it reduces the amount of heat lost. I will use that, not the tent peg, but the piece of steel when I come to do any casting. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm a bit gingerly whether I should do any casting, or I think it might be a bit dangerous. I'm not sure. But I will use this setup full of charcoal when I get an anvil, and I'll set my anvil up here, heat some steel up, work on it, heat it up again by forcing air through the charcoal to heat the metal up. So we'll just drag this off carefully. And you can see that roaring out. It's raining ash all over me. So we'll just knock that, and it almost shuts itself out straight away because there's no air spaces anywhere else. Get the air back on, gets rid of the smoke straight away. Because like any other fires, having air around the bottom, like this chimney around here, just kick that bucket out of the way. Oh dear, I've kicked the bucket. It's not going to feed and go straight up the chimney without the air dryer on. So until the fire's really going like it would be going with charcoal, I mean look at them flames shooting out there now, it's like a Bunsen burner. Without the fan going on, leaving it too long with the fire being young, it could choke and die. A bit like what you saw in the gas bottle stove. I'm getting rained on with ash here, so I'm going to move now. But yeah, I'll just zoom in for you. You can see them flames blasting out of there, because that's what it is. It's a cooking oil blast furnace. I should write blast furnace at the bottom of there. But that will be soaring to temperature now. But when I sold my welder years ago, I should have kept the welding gloves. So when I get hold of, not the tent peg, I'm pointing, those two hoops that I cast in there, then I won't get fingers burnt, you know, and then I need proper stuff to get a crucible out at the bottom. But I don't really see me saying casting aluminium. That was the idea first off with, but then now I think I'll just use it to do some blacksmithing really. But when I come to do some blacksmithing, that bucket will be full of charcoal, and I won't be using the lid on there, and I'll only have the air dryer blowing gently to do that. But yeah, this is a homemade blast furnace. The lid I cast in a bucket, and I put rabbit netting round in the bucket to reinforce it. It's just sand and cement. I think there's a bit of gravel in there. Those hooks that I made are just some road pins that I had on my allotment. Cut them, bent them to shape and used them in there so I can lift the lid off when it gets really hot. Just an oil drum for my takeaway at the top of the road. More than glad to get rid of them, because you know they've got to get rid of them somehow. So I just cut the top out and hammered that all flat. Then what I did, I got another bucket, cut the bottom off so I could roll it to the size of the internal diameter that I wanted, sat that in there, filled it full of mortar. I just used sand and cement, so I was lowering the chance of any stones getting hot or air pockets around stones which may explode. That's because that's in a steel drum. I'm not too worried about that exploding, but that may explode which I don't want next to that conservatory. because their wife will cut my head off or divorce me, one or the other. Hopefully neither. So yeah, that's what I'm nervous about doing the forging with that, getting it superheated. As with just doing a bit of blacksmithing, I'll just be using the bottom, and I'm feel quite safe about that. And I cast it with that piece of piping. This is all cost me nothing. The cement I had in the shed, you can hear it blasting away. I'm not sure whether it's blown a bit of concrete off at top, or that's just, I didn't notice that. Anyway, we're covered in smoke again. Oh, there's even ash that's come out of it, got stuck into the back of the hairdryer again. I hope the ants don't, that I've seen on the floor, can zoom in enough. Where's it gone? There, look. One just went to the back of the hairdryer, and I think he's got sucked in and blown off. That'll be a first for an ant, getting sucked in and blown off. Hey, let's keep this let's keep this clean. But that's my blast furnace. This is the second time I've had it going. The first time I filled it full of paper and it was just blowing ash all over the place, but this time's a lot better. I just wanted to have a bit of burn and show you guys. There's plenty more videos out there, but this is mine. So there's the tape holding the cold button, so I'm just going to go and feel this pipe. So hopefully this pipe should be cold. And yes it is, that pipe's cold. As before, straight away it got red hot. It's got some power to that, and they're on second setting. So to increase power, I mean, as it's in there, look, it's only in slightly, so I could put it in more. There's less distance in the pipe from the hairdryer to the fire, so it's a bit like increasing compression in a cylinder. So the more I take it away, the less air pressure, the less force is getting in. The more I shove it in, the pipe's going to get hot, but the fire's going to get hot as well. So but we'll bring it out here because it's only a tester for today. Oh, better zoom back out there. I forgot to do that. So let's see if we can have a look over here. You can just see in there. Let's move the steel plate off a bit. And just see a last piece of wood burning. Oh, it just fell over. Let's have a look straight in. Right, my camera being destroyed. Another piece of wood laying up there, look. I think I've just breathed in some ash. But having fun. Daughter's gone out with a friend for a sleepover. My wife and son's gone swimming. And this is the time when the husband gets up to mischief. Normally fire related, whether it was exploding chimney pot years ago for having a fire in it, or making something in my shed I shouldn't have done, mixing something together and that burst into flames. Oh dear. Well, hopefully today no injury. Oh, looks like the fire's gone out. Maybe, let's have a look. No, just strange, that great big poof of ash. But I'll let this thing burn its way out, then I'll pack it all up. Well, that just stops outside. The hairdryer pipe will go in back into the workshop for another day, but yeah, I'm going to try and go over to a friend and see if he'll weld me that pipe on top of there. So let's go and have a look at that wood stove while I'm here and talking to you. Let's have a walk up the garden. There's my horse, look. Don't eat a lot though. I still have to mow lawn. So there we go, look. So I drilled out this, then filed it with one of those tiny little files that I used for my homemade knives. And see the drill marks on there. Filed it out. And what happened to this pipe was, when I tried to knock the piece that you saw earlier out of here, it made the pipe crimple in. Even though I drilled it a bit round the weld, it crumpled the pipe in, so I thought, oh, I can't have that. I want it, you know, I want it nice and round like I've done that. So I tried to cut it off, but when I went on holiday, I bought some cheap hacksaw blades from Mablethorpe. Probably, I don't know what there is, 10, 20 in a pack. But as soon as you start cutting away, the teeth fall off them. They're terrible. So that other end that had plastic on it, I've burnt that out with my blowtorch. That's over here. There. Burnt that out. And I've sanded it up with some sandpaper to get a better weld. So that should just pop onto there and get welded on. Zzz, done. Oh, no it's not. Right, I'll have to get hold of my friend. But I'll ring him first, because I haven't seen him for a couple of months, so I don't want to just turn up on his doorstep. But I mean, like, after this is done, scratching my head as to what to do next. What project to do next. We'll probably do some blacksmithing when I get an anvil sorted soon, hopefully. But yeah, I want to get this stove finished. I did buy some bolts when I got the bolts for those legs on there to do another bow frame saw, traditional bow frame saw. But I won't video that because I've already showed it you once. So I haven't. That's my fire drill there, the pump drill. Which did okay, but I didn't get a fire going with it. I'd soon use my ferro rod. But I'm finding at the minute the larger ferro rod that I'm using, whether it's the saw blade I'm using to strike it with, which is a proper saw blade, not a hacksaw blade, it gets some sparks, but it's not as great as the little one I had, which I use now for demonstration. Even the smaller ones that I've got in here, well, this is the one I gave my son to practice with. These are the ones that I make, and I put hardwood handles on. These give off a lot better spark, I find, than the big one. So anyway, wife's calling, I've got to end this. Right, you take care, and I'll see you soon.